Hey USHL fans, Josh Starr here, and welcome to another edition of the U Show. On this week's episode, we'll get the players of the week and the top plays of the week from USHL action. We'll also chat with the head coach of the Cedar Rapids RoughRiders, Mark Carlson, who's approaching some history here this weekend. We'll look back at a couple of sweeps from last weekend, including the annual Wiener Dog races in Sioux Falls, and we'll look ahead at the standings and what's to come this week in the USHL. First, we'll start the show with the USHL Players of the Week. The USHL Forward of the Week is Lucas Van Vliet from the Dubuque Fighting Saints. In 3 games for the Fighting Saints last week, Van Vliet scored 3 times and had 5 total points. A 2-goal performance on Wednesday before a 2-assist performance on Friday, and he wrapped it up on Saturday in Madison with a goal against the Capitals. Overall, Van Vliet has 15 goals, tied for second on the Saints, and 28 total points. The USHL Defenseman of the Week is Dylan Compton from the Waterloo Blackhawks. In 2 games for the Hawks this weekend, Compton had 3 total assists, including a power play assist on Saturday. Overall this season, Compton has 15 power play assists, the second most in the USHL. In total this season, Compton with 2 goals, 28 assists, and 30 points. And those 30 points, the third most by any defenseman in the USHL. The USHL Goaltender of the Week is Jack Parsons from the Chicago Steel. On Friday night in an overtime win against the Madison Capitals, Parsons made 35 saves on 38 shots. Faced even more in a win over Green Bay on Saturday. Another road win for Parsons, making 42 saves on 43 shots, totaling a .951 save percentage in the 2 games this weekend, and Parsons has won 4 straight appearances for the Chicago Steel. Those are your USHL Players of the Week, and now we'll take a look back at the action from last week, including a couple of big sweeps in each conference. A couple of sweeps to talk about from last weekend in the USHL, and we'll start with the Muskegon Lumberjacks. Over the Tri-City Storm at home, the Jacks won both contests on Friday. A 5-2 win for Muskegon, featuring 2 goals from Jack Galanick and 29 saves from Stephen Peck. The Jacks backed it up on Saturday with a 6-5 victory over the Storm, and 3 different players recording 3 points in the win. David Deputy, a goal and 2 assists. Ivan Rabkin, 2 goals and an assist. And then Tynan Lawrence, a goal and 2 assists. All of those players recording 3 points in the win on Saturday. And the Jacks sweeping the Storm at home. In a big series in the Western Conference, the Sioux Falls Stampede swept a home-and-home with the Fargo Force. On Friday night in Fargo, it was a 3-2 Sioux Falls win, and Ethan Wittenbach scored the game winner for his 2nd point of the night in the 3rd period. The Stampede returned home on Saturday night for the 18th annual Wiener Dog Races night, and they won 6-1 over the Force. 6 different goal scorers for the Stampede in the game, and they celebrated the annual Wiener Dog night in front of a great crowd in Sioux Falls with a victory over the Force. As always, the Wiener Dog Race is a great night every year in Sioux Falls. We'll now check in with the Cedar Rapids RoughRiders head coach, Mark Carlson, who's approaching the all-time games coached mark in USHL history this weekend. Here's a conversation with Mark Carlson.
On your last 25 years in Cedar Rapids, what's been most rewarding for you?
Well, I mean, really just all the great people that I've been able to work with. And, when I look back at Mr. and Mrs. Johnson bringing the RoughRiders here to Cedar Rapids, and for the last 15 years to be able to work along with Mr. and Mrs. Tadeo, and all the support that they've given our team, our community, the arena, and a lot of things that we've done here. It's just really, really special.
How have you seen the USHL evolve over the last 25 years that you've been in the league?
Well, I think it's always been a great league, that's for sure. And as each year has gone by, I think every aspect has improved. From the level of hockey on the ice to the coaching, the scouting, the managing, really across the board. Where now today, we certainly feel like it's the best developmental league in the world for players, coaches, management, scouts, etc.
Can you just talk about the Cedar Rapids community a little bit and what that's meant to you and Tammy over the years?
Well, it's a tremendous community, and I knew that, the day I came in and visited and interviewed, and just great people and a lot of pride in what they're doing, and people that work hard at what they're doing every single day, and just love that.
What's kept you coming back over the years?
Well, I think it's there's not a more challenging league in the world. You're replacing 14, 15, 16 players a year sometimes. Building teams, rebuilding teams, and really the age group, anywhere from 16 to 20 years old, the occasional player that might be 15, but the opportunity to help them prepare to be successful in life and develop off the ice as young men and also as players is a very special opportunity.
It's like rare to grow a sports organization like the RoughRiders with your wife. Can you talk about what it's been like over the last 8 years since she's been with the RoughRiders, and then over the last 25 years, and how she's supported you?
Sure. Well, she's she's the star for sure, and she supports everybody and has a tremendous passion for what we're doing, and really wants to see the kids be successful, and always lending a hand to everybody else, anybody that needs it, and really putting the organization first every single day.
Can you just talk about like relationships and what those mean to you? Because you've kept up relationships over the years with players that have went on to play college hockey, went on to play in the NHL. Can you talk about that?
Well, I mean, just since you asked, just recently communicating with some of the guys that played here in that very first year, and we were in this building 25 years ago, and to hear some of those guys say "I love you" is it's really cool. All these years later, with all the success that they're having in the world right now.
Yeah, can you just talk about what it means for when you see a player of yours go on to play in the NHL and live out their dream playing professional hockey?
Well, I have to say, nothing's more exciting than that. I'm usually standing up, on my own 2 feet, watching as they take their first shift, and we've had a couple of those recently with Max Hassan and Justin Ritskonian, and I'm standing there with both arms in the air, going crazy, so it's pretty neat.
Can you talk about how kind of the impact that the Cedar Rapids RoughRiders have had on the community in general?
Well, that's something that's really important to us, and we do our best to get out in the community and be involved with the less fortunate and support all the people out there that are really important for sure. And this week coming up, we're going to do our annual cookie delivery to the police department, the fire department. That's something that we love to do, and we bring the whole team.
Can you just describe the team culture that you've built up here over the years?
Well, we certainly work hard at it and try to build a real close-knit group that understands that, the team is first, and we've got to look after each other, each and every day, and put our best foot forward and on and off the ice.
Thanks to Mark Carlson for his time on this week's U Show, and now it's time for the USHL Top Plays of the Week.
Moved on to Boston University and played for the U.S. team at the World Junior Tournament this year. Here's Fargo off the faceoff. That way he shoots and he scores!
Zone here in his first season in the league. Up ahead it goes for Riker Lee. Not the player you want doing that if you're Dubuque. And he scores! Riker Lee gives Madison the 1-0 lead on Lee's 19th of the season.
So the Gambler power play is over. It's 4-on-4 hockey as Peterson shot the goal! Let him fly!
Our boards, I believe by, that's number 11, Lawrence. And Rona to the net, breakaway try, he scores! Picked up the puck in the far half wall. Rowe drove it to the net. A forehand, backhand move. Over Peck's blocker side with 1:06 to go in the Muskegon power play. A shorthanded goal for Roan, his league-leading 5th of the year in that category.
He's ahead for Lawrence. Tiny Lawrence, a nifty move to the offensive zone. Looks back door, Rapkin, he scores! Oh, a nice move in the neutral zone by Tynan Lawrence, and a pretty finish in tight by Ivan Rapkin. and the Lumberjacks, they lead 3-0.
Falls, long outlet pass, and here come the Dogs. Renkowski up the right wing wall, drops it. Marconi centers, backhand, scores! Noah Ernest, what a play! And the Dogs extend their lead. It's 2-0, Sioux Falls.
Face off, one back by Lawrence. Here's Veo. Down for Deputy. David Deputy up top for Veo. Near side Rapkin. Big one-timer, he scores! Ivan Rapkin! A beauty of a shot from the near side. And the Lumberjacks, they lead 6-5.
Andy Nordberg now feeding it ahead. Marconi being over the line. Rich shot, scores! Reed Marconi with a snipe right underneath the crossbar. And the Stampede have tied the game at 1. And in. Now they'll look out Core the other way. Breakaway for Fargo. 2-0. Jetsinari and a save by Wright. He denies him on the 2-0. Gamblers get it to Benson. Benson works it forward. Wooten cutting at the net. Wooten with a shot and a goal! "62 seconds into the first period."
Advantage. Bloomer, high slot, Bunkowski, far circle, Crandall, near circle. Bloomer shot. They score! Tri-City has tied the game. Bloomer shot from the bottom of the near circle, slid through the Muskegon defense and got past Peck.
Left wing wall into the offensive zone to Coombs. Coombs back door in front. Charlie backhand. He scores! Gennady Charlie! Power play goal! 4-1 Wiener Dogs!
Lead side of the net, stuffed to the front, loose there, back door, the shot. Oh my, what a save, they score! It was Hendrickson rolling across, he made the first stop, but Cornforth was there on the rebound. The Saints able to put it home and take the lead 3-2. Gavin Cornforth with the go-ahead goal on the power play. The Saints' second power play goal of the night. 10:25 left in the third, and the Saints are up 1. Cornforth 15th of the year, and it's 5th on the power play.
Chris Hill fires a stretch pass, intercepted by Bloomer. Fired onto Peck. Big rebound, loose back door, they score.
Pokes the puck free, trying to get around a defender, makes his way to the offensive zone and shoots and scores! Sam Hook, what a terrific effort all on his own to take the puck away, get around a Youngstown Phantom, and up the ice for a low shot that beats Straw for the game's opening goal. 3 minutes, 4 seconds into the first period. Sam Hook all on his own. That is the definition of an unassisted goal for the 20-year-old Waterloo Blackhawk forward.
Those are the best plays from USHL action this past week. Now, we'll take a look at the standings and a look ahead to this weekend in the USHL. Fighting Saints and the Lincoln Stars remain at the top of their respective conferences in the USHL standings entering this week. The Lincoln Stars and the Sioux Falls Stampede, the top 2 teams in the West, will battle in a home-and-home this weekend with big points on the line for playoff positioning. As well, in hockey this week, the Four Nations face-off begins with the best players in the world facing off against one another. In that competition, 18 former USHL players will participate. Another busy slate with some big standings points on the line in the race for the Clark Cup playoffs this week. And don't forget to keep tabs on the Four Nations face-off and all the former USHL players participating. That does it for this week's U Show. My name is Josh Starr. We'll see you next week to recap all of this week's action in the USHL.